Let's get it hard away 7T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like down for your boy. We here for some time and we here for a good time. You know what I mean? Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button. You know, I feel like I ain't had a little boxing conversation with y'all, you know, in a second. So we finna talk about it right now. This is a fight right I did a sudden EP on. I did a sudden T on this thing earlier. You know what I mean? This year in June. Let me say hey to my girl. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Jazz. I see 8 people in the building, but only Jazz said something. So I'm finna drop the flame for Jazz just because she's the only person in the spoke. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Jazz. Glad you can make it. Oh shit, we got people, we got some more people in the building. What's good, Karma? Appreciate you sliding through. I'm gonna shout out my girl Karma for sliding through this joint because she also decided to speak when she came in. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Karma. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Y'all forgive me. Your boy been ripping and running. Your boy been ripping and running. I made, you know, my little bit videos. I'm settled now though. I'm about to twist up for a second. What the hell was I saying? But yeah, I appreciate y'all folks sliding through this thing. Just answer your question, Jazz. Yeah, you can join TWT. You most definitely can. Let me throw that down there. Then you could go do with that thing as you may. Right? But I appreciate y'all sliding through. Again, I had spoke, you know, something like this in January, right? One of my guys, right? One of my partners, you know, one of my plugs, right? They had put me on, you know, a little birdie. They put me on a little tip, right? They told me that, you know, the PBC had high interest in making, you know, Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence. You know, I came back and I told my people, you know, the PBC got interest in making Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence, and not many people, you know what I mean, were interested. Myself, you know, being one of them as well. You know what I mean? I wasn't very highly interested because, you know, the only thing we all was interested in, right, was goddamn Bud Crawford. Was goddamn Bud Crawford, and you know, the Earl Spence fight. That was right around the time where Keith Thurman had fought Barrios. It was right around the time Keith Thurman had called out Barrios, right? And And I called that Barrios right around the time Keith Thurman had 4 Barrios, right? And I was telling everybody, probably more than likely, if the Bud fight can't happen, Keith Thurman, right, and Earl Spence is going to be the fight that they're leaning to. And not many people, was feeling it. Myself, I wasn't feeling it right because we wanted the Earl and Bud fight. Now that it's kind of looking like right, that fight passed us. It's looking like right now, right, we don't know what the fuck, to believe. So when I get information, you know what I mean. Nowadays, I hold it, you know what I mean, with a grain. I hold it, you know what I mean, with a grain of salt. You know what I mean. But what I like to do, I like to pay attention to the breadcrumbs, right? I like to pay attention to the breadcrumbs. I got a saying called follow the money, right? Always follow the money, right? Especially in a sport like boxing. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all jab that like button for your boy. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, y'all could do your boy solid, jab that like button. But it's a saying. This saying works in life, right? This saying works in boxing. This saying works, you know, this saying just works, right? Follow the money, right? Follow the money. So the WBC had first broke some news like in January, right? I remember I dropped this news. The WBC had made Mario Barrios versus Keith Thurman, you know what I mean, a title eliminator. Keith Thurman also came out and said that, right? In which I think Keith Thurman kind of spilled. But what's good, Dominic? Appreciate you sliding through. In which I kind of think Keith Thurman spilled the beans, right? And then the WBC came out and said that, yeah, it's a title eliminator, right? But it's not a final eliminator, right? We got to see how everything, shake out, right? So they made it eliminator, not necessarily a final eliminator, right? So, months pass, we're trying to get Earl Bud. We don't get Earl Bud. Bud comes out and Bud is fighting David Avanesian, right? So Bud is fighting David Avanesian now, and that left Errol Spence without an opponent. Now, we all know Keith Thurman has been barking up this Errol Spence tree for quite some time now. Right? The fight with Barrios made him officially, as under wraps, as much as under wraps as they wanted to keep it, right? To avoid the backlash. How Keith Thurman get a title shot, after losing the fight. He ain't had a fight in years. How you come back, you fight Barrios, a guy you pulled up from 140 and, become the mandatory, right? So it's quiet as kept, right? To try to keep back, from the drawback of that, right? Keith Thurman was made the eliminator. I mean, that fight with Barrios was an eliminator to be next in line to fight Errol Spence, right? Through the WBC. Now, that's just one particular sanctioning body, right? What's good? Appreciate you sliding through this, young baby. Glad you can make a shout out to my girl, Just. CJ sliding through this, young shout out to my girl, Tay. This is really my real life, baby mama. You know what I mean? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. My bad, I didn't call your ass Tay. I meant Ty. My bad, baby. I didn't call you Tay. I'm so used to, Tay MMA. Ty. You know what I mean? Blame my mind, not my heart, baby. Love you, boo-boo. But you know what I mean? So, for smoothly as possible, right? Keith Thurman became the what's good, A1, as smoothly as possible, right? Keith Thurman became, the mandatory for Earl Spence, right? But pretty much everybody in boxing, right? Pretty much everybody, at least all the welterweights, right? All the fans and like were waiting for Earl Spence versus Bud, right? So nothing pretty much moved or shaped until we got confirmation that Earl and Bud wasn't going to happen. Bud Crawford signing the fight David Avanesian was most definitely, signs that Earl and Bud wasn't going to happen. But Errol Spence was left without an opponent, right? Which brings us to where we are right now. Y'all do your boy a favor, 15 people in the building. If y'all could smash that like button for your boy. Errol Spence was left without an opponent. Now, again, I told y'all in January that the PBC, had interest in making Keith Thurman versus Earl. A lot of people really weren't hearing it. I wasn't hearing it either because we wanted the Bud fight to happen, right? But now that the Bud Crawford fight isn't happening, right? The next thing that fell in line was the Manchester Stenonis in the WBA, right? So when the Keith Thurman and the Earl Spence news broke, still I was a little indifferent about it, right? I was a little indifferent about it, right? Man, that fight ain't gonna happen because the Manchester Stenonis is next up in line, right? It's next up in line. Now, I hadn't made a video, right? You know what I mean? What I did get tipped a couple days ago. And I actually told my brother D Free this a couple days ago from my tip, right? But I hadn't posted the video yet because now I hadn't posted the video yet, right? Because I feel like everybody be lying to me, especially when it comes to this Earl versus Bud thing, right? So I held back on posting the video, but I did tell my brother D Free on the live stream that, you know, the WBA had made, WBC belt took first stance over the WBA mandatory, which it did, right? Those coming from the WBC, right? I don't believe them as far as I could throw them. But now, officially, the WBA has come out with, you know, their official ruling, their official statement, right? That they approve the fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford for the WBC mandatory. You know what I mean? So with the WBA coming out and the WBA saying that they approve the fight of Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, that opens up a whole new bag of worms. You know what I mean? Because the only problem standing between, right? Well, it's two problems standing between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. And I won't really go play into it, but now, you know what I mean, the situation is a little different. The first problem was the WBA mandatory and the Manchester Stenonis, him already taking step aside money, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But with the WBA saying that they approved this Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight, that eliminates Stenonis, right? So now Stenonis again has to wait his turn, which he probably was taking care of, you know, getting a little more step aside money, right? So now he has to wait his turn, right? You know what I mean? So he's going to be fighting. So it's really looking like now, right? All signs are clear, like a path. It looks like a path is being cleared for Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? It looked like a path is being cleared for Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? I got 15 people in the building. I know pretty much ain't nobody coming. Like, y'all don't got to be afraid to come in. Like, y'all can speak. What's good, Dominic? You know, y'all can speak on how y'all feel on it. I really want y'all, you know what I mean, to kind of speak on how y'all feel on it. Because now I'm about to read the statement that the WBA put out, right? I'm about to read it. Now I'm pretty much sold. We living in the world, right, where a lot of bullshit is going on, right, where you can't believe too much shit, right? So I'm a little hesitant now, right, when I drop my news and everything like that. But now that the WBA came out and said it, right, I fully believe that we're going to get this Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman fight, yo. And it's wild to me because, right, I feel like I'm stuck in between, right? I'm battling with like my personal feelings, and I'm battling with like, you know, what's good for boxing and whatnot, right? Because I feel like if this fight had to happen, right, man, 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, right? Not because Keith Thurman washed up, or not because Keith Thurman washed up, you know, or nothing like that. But I felt like if this fight had happened 6, 7 years ago, right, it would have meant, you know, a lot more, right? This would have been a much, you know, bigger fight. Right, because I still feel like Keith Thurman is a good fighter, you know what I mean, right now. But I feel like if this fight had happened like 6 or 7 years ago, right, this fight was announced like 6 or 7 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, this fight would have stopped boxing, right? Probably would have been one of the biggest fights in boxing, right? If this fight was to happen like 5 or 6, you know, announced 5 or 6 years ago. I think now, right, the question that got to be answered, which I kind of feel like has already been answered. I feel like slowly we're getting, you know, our answer. It's been rumored Keith Thurman and Spence, right? I didn't really believe it on the top of the fact Errol Spence saying himself, you know, I'd rather drop the belts before I fight Keith Thurman, right? And also, I know Errol Spence is a businessman first. So I know if the business is right, you know what I mean, if everything makes sense, then he will fight Keith Thurman. So now with the WBA approving this, I think that's all signs leading us towards Earl Spence versus Keith Thurman. I think everybody is on board with this, right? I know, my guys have been telling me earlier in the year, A1 Hoops on said, hell, not if they ain't GWT guy. They ass getting popped in the hip, no bang. But did you shoot Dominic, bro? I'll be shooting people. I need people in the chat. Probably why people scared to comment in this joint. You know what I mean? Now, people be scared to comment. You really don't got to be scared to comment over here unless you want some bullshit. Like this open conversation. But the thing is, right, this is me talking about, Earl Spence and Keith Thurman in the, in a positive light, right? So a lot of people ain't going to really have much to say on this. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking now that, it's time that we start believing this. I'm thinking now that it's time we start believing this. I know Earl Spence has said that, he would rather drop the belts, before he fight this fight. But again, like I was saying, dude is a good businessman. He makes good business decisions. He works with the PBC. The PBC works with him, right? He stated on many occasions that, him and the PBC have a partnership. They talk things, they discuss it out. He know that they have his best interest and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure if, Al and them came to Earl Spence and was like, man, we think this fight makes a lot of sense for the company, right? You'll get X amount, right? He'll get X amount. We think the pay-per-views, will do good type deal. I believe, they could get Earl Spence to come on around and, necessarily take one for the team. Give the boxing fans, a big fight. What's good, Big Tex? Appreciate you sliding through. Shout out to my guy A1 who's on. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. TWT in the building. My guy Big Tex was good, family. TWT in the building. No, bro. Dominic cool, bro. See, you the reason I be wrenching everybody up, A1. Stop shooting everybody, A1. That way I don't gotta give everybody wrenches and shit, man. If you shooting people, I gotta wrench them up so you won't shoot them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how, I'm trying to keep the trolls. I'm trying to keep, I'm trying to keep that shit down. You feel me? Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you, though. Not Dominic, bro. Dominic been here. Did y'all know what I'm saying? But did y'all, because I ain't seen him say nothing in a minute. Y'all finna make me reach Dominic up, man. But yeah, I appreciate y'all sliding through this thing. I be needing y'all to be on point when I ain't here. When I'm here and when I'm up, I can tell y'all, when to shoot him and shit like that, because I can see. I be needing y'all to be on point when I ain't here, when we chilling, when everybody up here chilling. You know what I mean? When everybody up here chilling, that's when I need y'all on go. When I ain't really in the chat, but I'm up. I'm a tenor. We cooking. We getting that cook on type shit. So I can see what's going on. But now everybody good. Everybody good until otherwise. Shout out my guy Ricky. Shout out my guy Ricky Williams. TWT is in the building. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Rick. My guy Rick said EJ is about to beat the shit down Keith's legs, man. I hope the ref stay out the way. Yeah, facts, me too, Rick. But while I got you here, let me go and reach out the article. Let me go and reach out the article I got this from, so y'all can know this no fap, nor fabrication. And then I really want to talk, because I know, I kind of know what's coming right now, right? I already been seeing it as soon as the fight was announced. The naysayers, will have a lot to say, about it. But let me read y'all the article so y'all can know I ain't just pulling this out of my ass. This is why I believe in that, right? Again, my sources told me this a few days ago. I never said it publicly. I told my brother D Free, a couple days ago that, this fight go take, priority over, the WBA, because, one of my guys had told me that, had been officially announced yet. I didn't drop it because right now I feel like, with this Earl and bullshit, I feel like everything bullshit, right? You know what I mean? So I don't really trust shit right now. You know what I mean? But I did tell my brother D Free this not too long ago. WBA put out their statement today to make it official. So let me read it out to you. The World Boxing Association has confirmed their organization has approved a request for Earl Spence to make a world title defense against unified champion Keith Thurman. On November 14, 2022, TGB Promotions applied for special permissions on behalf of Spence to fight Thurman February 23rd. So November 14th, right, which was last week, right? I got word of this 3 days ago. I told brother D Free this about 3 days ago. I got word of this last week, and on November 14th. So I got word of this about November 17th. It happened November 14th. They actually put in a request for Keith Thurman to become, the next fight for Errol Spence. So it's looking like Keith Thurman and Errol Spence is a real thing. Look like Errol Spence might be on board from reading this from TGB, because that's the promotional company, for Al Haymon and the PBC. Teddy was good. If he asked WBA for permission, that means Stallone was supposed to be next. Yep, correct. The WBA approved it. Stallone was supposed to be next, Teddy, which is why, I wasn't jumping. I wasn't really jumping on, the Errol Spence and Keith Thurman thing next. I was still waiting to be seen. My plug had told me that, Keith Thurman probably is going to be next. You know what I mean? But I sat on it, told Brother D Free. Now the WBA releasing the statement that, they approved it. They put the request in on the 14th. It's the 21st. It was approved today. You know what I mean? This is, a bit of a breaking news, but I didn't want to put breaking news, on the title. What's good, baby? Quan. Appreciate you sliding through. He said, Keith Thurman about to get spanked. Yep, looking like a real thing now. Looking like a real thing. Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. Looking like a thing. So now it's time to, it's time to get it going. But I continue, right? To fight Keith Thurman in February 2023, but with specific mandatory conditions. Pursuant to the WBA rules, C-16 will state that the mandatory title defense period can be modified for cause either by special permission request or its own initiative. The WBA decided that Spence can face Thurman. The WBA statement. So the WBA, so according to the rule book, C-19, if you got a special, request, you can be granted permission, to fight a different guy. And they granted Errol Spence permission so he won't have to drop his WBA belt, right? It just, so pretty much like I was saying from, the jump, the PBC pretty much set this up. Spence ain't really want to do it, but the PBC pretty much then put everything in play, and they didn't set this shit up, you know what I mean? I got 20 people in the building. I got 19 likes. Can I get everybody in the building to smash that like button for your boy? If you ain't already, smash that like button. Shout out my guy Tate D for sliding through this thing. But pretty much what I just said, I ain't finished it yet either, but pretty much, to catch y'all up, what I said already is that, right? Emontis Stanonis was supposed to be Errol Spence's next fight, right? But TGB Promotions, which is the promotional company for the PBC, right? They put in the special permissions request to have Keith Thurman, fight him next, which would work, which will make more sense for them in PBC in their best interest. Like I was saying in January, right? This is a fight that, that they want, both fighters being signed to their company. So they put in a special request on November the 14th, which was last week. Today is November 21st. It was approved today. So a week ago, Monday, a special request was put in by TGB Promotions to have Keith Thurman take first place over the WBA mandatory, which the WBA granted. So all signs right now are leading towards Errol Spence. Now, what makes this interesting is, and I'm going to finish this article. Matter of fact, I'm going to finish this article, and then I'm going to say, what really makes this interesting for me. I got 25 people in the building. Can I get everybody to smash that like button? Whether you just dropping in, you're here for a good time. Whether you finna go to somebody else's show, you could just hit that thumbs up. You know what I mean? When you're dropping in. But I'm going to continue, right? Additionally, the sanctioning body recently ordered WBA regular welterweight champion Emontis Stanonis to make a mandatory defense against Virgil Ortiz. Ortiz defeated McKenzie in the WBA eliminator on August 8th. So the WBA made McKenzie versus Virgil Ortiz eliminator on August 8th, which made Virgil Ortiz a player in the WBA. So the WBA anointed Virgil Ortiz to fight Stanonis to become in a title eliminator for Errol Spence. So the winner of Stanonis and Virgil would be the mandatory for Errol Spence. So Virgil Ortiz is going to be the mandatory for Errol Spence if this fight, don't go through. Also, well, I'm gonna tell y'all after, right? The winner of these bouts will square off in the near future to determine the pioneer soul at the 147-pound division. The winner of Spence-Thurman is obligated to face the winner of Stenonis and Ortiz. This ruling supersedes all previous rulings, and any issue that arises along the way will be resolved under the WBA rules. You know what I mean? So what it sounds like to me is, right? What it sounds was good, knockout. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, knockout. Glad you can make it, pimp. Glad you can make it. Y'all do your boy favor. Y'all jab that like button. I got 29 people in the building. Whether y'all here for a good time or a long time, y'all could tap that like button for your boy. Great little appreciate you. But the WBA just been, announced that the WBA has approved, you know what I mean, the Spence versus Keith Thurman fight. And also it came with a caveat. And the caveat is that the winner must face Virgil Ortiz in the Manchester Stenonis winner, unless they go back through the WBA and they work out something again. So it sounds like the WBA, was willing to work out, agreements, with people, to get the best fights possible. But my thing is, right? Unless, they go back through the WBA, it kind of sounds like, my bad, y'all. But to me, can y'all hear me? To me, in my brain, right, it kind of sounds like Errol Spence versus Virgil Ortiz fight is being set up. You know what I mean? It kind of sounds like, y'all got me, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? I'm back. But yeah, it kind of sounds like to me that an Errol Spence versus Virgil Ortiz fight is being set up somewhere along in the mix. You know what I mean? So as far as, Errol Spence and Bud, I really don't feel like this gonna happen. But you know what? The best part about this is, now I think Stenonis and his side is, on board with this. Teddy Stenonis and his side, I think they being paid handsomely. I think that's the only reason they will keep doing this. He just Spence about to have the best resume in boxing. Like, I'm thinking, right? Right. I'm thinking, right? They didn't talk to Errol Spence in the fight and Keith Thurman. And I'm thinking they trying to set up maybe a Virgil Ortiz fight for Errol Spence. You know what I mean? In the work. Shout out my brother, Skywalker. Appreciate your side doing this thing, Skywalker. TWT in the building. And my brother in the super chat. He says, salute, brother in chat. TWT fam. But yeah, you know what I mean? Teddy said, then he's stupid. Ain't no step aside money going to Eagle with the EJ payday. And that just means Boots has to wait even longer, shaking my damn head. Why isn't Boots being positioned for a title? I think Boots is being positioned for a title, right? But I think Boots being positioned for a title in the latter part of the, he says, just getting home, going to roll up for sure. Let me know when you roll up, Skywalker. I'm going to drop the link for you. You could come up here. You know what I mean? You can come up here. We'll roll up together. You know what I mean? Appreciate you sliding through this, John fam. Wait, Teddy has said something good. It sparked something. Teddy and Skills. Teddy said, then he's stupid. Ain't no step aside money going to be equal to EJ payday. And that just means Boots has to wait even longer. Boom. And then Skills right after him, right on sequence. Let me find out you niggas in the same room. Why isn't Boots being positioned for a title? Okay, boom. Boots is being positioned for a title, but I think he being positioned for a title later on in the year. Listening to, his camp, they say, we gonna have a fight, and then we gonna have a fight, you know what I mean, in May, right? And then we gonna be looking to get those titles at the end of the year. I think Boots is positioned to be in the title towards the end of the year. You got to think about it. Boots, right? Ricky just said something too. Ricky said Boots is next up. Don't trip. Boots gonna get them all at once. Yeah, in fact, see, Boots is next up, right? As far as the talent, as far as the namesake, right? but actually in the ranking system, these guys are actually ranked higher than Boots, and they have been ranked higher than Boots for some time now. You know what I mean? Stanonis has been the regular champion for, maybe, a year or so, a year and some change, right? And then you got Virgil Ortiz, who has been fucking mandatory for fucking WBO, for the fucking WBC, right? But who always seems to not take a mandatory fight. You get what I'm saying? So these guys have actually been ranked higher than Boots for some time now. So they come before Boots right now. You know what I mean? But Boots, by the end of next year, Boots is most definitely gonna be able to be in position, to move, to demand some shit. Because after, Stanonis and Virgil, after one of them knock each other off, then Boots step into their spot, right? So then Virgil and Spence gonna have to fight. And then, Boots probably gonna end up fighting Bud Crawford, because Boots is gonna be the IBF mandatory, or he gonna be the WBO mandatory, because those are the jumps where he ranked the highest in. He could end up fighting Virgil Ortiz for the WBO regular belt, which will put him in a situation for Earl, right? But if Virgil get the regular belt, I don't see him fighting Boots and messing that up. So Boots is probably going to be the WBO mandatory, which will be Bud Crawford's division, because if Virgil holds the WBA regular belt, that takes him out of the WBO running. And guess who's in front of Boots in the WBO? Virgil Ortiz. But if Virgil Ortiz has a regular belt in the WBA, he can't be in the WBO. So that will make Boots the WBO mandatory. So Boots is going to be getting his shot. He gonna be able to, push some doors down like at the end of next year type deal, realistically. He said Boza was upset when the IBF called Usyk to fight his Mendo, but not Spence. He said that's, you see, Boots ain't the IBF Mendo just yet. You know what I mean? He's just known to be some guys. He definitely earned the spot, but all this moving around just looks like everybody ducking Boots, almost as if the sanctioning bodies do whatever they want. That's not fair. They was ranked higher than Boots already, right? And the Stanonis was next because he been the WBA regular champ. You know what I mean? Boots is like number one in the IBF. He like number two in the IBO, but he about to be number one in the IBO because Virgil number one in the IBO, but he in the WBA now. You know what I mean? Virgil go be the WBA regular champion because he fights Stanonis, and Stanonis is WBA regular champ. Stanonis is more than likely taking step aside money to have this Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman fight. It's really just the PBC working with each other and stacking these fights. You know how they want to stack it pretty much, right? Because Boots fights on Showtime, right? But so all these fights, I feel like all these fights, are going to happen. Virgil is in the mix because it seems like he ranked high on every sanctioning body, right? So he pretty much can go any direction he want to go. So, why not fight Stanonis? That will be the best available opponent. And that you could fight Errol Spence, both of y'all from Texas. They make a lot of money in Texas. He said, so if Virgil fights Stanonis, then Boots number one WBO. Facts, Teddy. Yep, that's what I'm saying, Teddy. If Virgil fights Stanonis, that will make, Virgil the WBA regular champ, right? So that will automatically take him out of all of the other rankings but the WBA because he'll be a champion. You know what I mean? So that'll make him Errol Spence's mandatory for the WBA. He number one for the WBO. Number two is Boots. So he lead the WBO. That makes Boots number one for the WBO, right? So this is actually, a smart move. This is, the PBC and Showtime and them. This is their side working together. You know what I mean? To make the big fights happen. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Like the fights that I was talking about. Y'all remember the fights that I was talking about and shit like that? I was like, shit, if Bud drop the belts, then we can do this, and that. This way, Boots and Bud, run into each other. You know what I mean? Type deal. But all sides are leading to Spence and Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And take these shit, we can chop that up on a whole different. You know what I mean? How this go work. But really, this what this shit for. This actually what this EP for us to chop up. You know what I mean? Exactly what's happening and the fallout. So pretty much, yeah. Taylor, you must be happy, bro, because I literally just said this shit. Then you asked me right after, so they make Boots the WBO. I literally had just said it like right before you asked me. He said, "Bud ain't fighting Boots." Skills at that point, right? If Virgil and Stanonis, I can stop saying if, right? Because the WBA did not already put these shits into action. So if Stanonis and Virgil fight each other, that will be for the WBA strap. So that would take Virgil out the WBO. You know what I mean? And so Bud was fighting David Avanesian, right? And his mandatory was next. If Virgil take himself out the mandatory spot, then that means the mandatory is going to be Boots. Boots fights for Showtime. You know what I mean? So Bud either going to have to fight Boots. Oh, he said, yeah, I was clarifying. Okay, facts. So that means Bud will either have to fight Boots, right? Or he would have to come up off this strap. It's just more about the PBC to get the bet out Bud and have all them in-house. When EJ move, I can respect that. This is basically the counter move to the counter move. It's the counter move to the counter, right? Earl don't want to necessarily fight Keith Thurman, but Earl got to take one for the team. Earl got to fight Keith Thurman, right? And by doing that, right? And by doing that, you know, you buy Earl some time with Bud to fight Avanesian. In the meantime, Monster Stanonis, who fights on your stable, he signed the Pro Bellum, but his network is PBC. That's the people who showcase his fight. So he signed the Pro Bellum. He fight, you know, through the PBC like an Al Heyman fighter. So it's in his best interest, you know, to go, you know, along with what's going on. He getting paid handsomely, right? And he's still getting good fight. Boutiev, and now he get Virgil Ortiz, right? Now you got to work with the zone, right? Virgil Ortiz, right? Don't really want to fight Boots either. He ain't trying to fight Boots. You know what I mean? Virgil Ortiz, you know, he said he called out Bud. He said he will fight Bud, right? Him and Earl is the fight that make the most sense for Virgil Ortiz. I think what bigger, if you Virgil Ortiz, right? You from Texas, you know what I mean? What bigger fight do you have in your career, right? You know what I mean? What bigger fight? Because you probably go lose the Boost, right? And you probably want to lose the Earl Spence, right? But what fight makes you the most money? What fight makes you the bigger bad? You from Texas, Earl from Texas, or you know what I mean? Y'all get to get Dallas Stadium. Y'all go sell that bitch out because we know Earl can put 40,000 in there by himself, right? You from there, right? You bring your fan base. You could add the Texas fan base, nigga. You could add about another 20, 30,000 people in there. So y'all damn near stuff that bitch to 70, 80,000. You know what I mean? You probably can get 90,000 there. Well, really, if you do it right, if Earl could get 40 in there by himself, you stick Virgil Ortiz in there, who also from Texas. You put Earl Spence versus, you know what I mean, Virgil Ortiz. You got a brother, you know, versus the Mexican in Texas. That shit go sell in his own, you know what I mean, in Dallas Stadium. You know what I mean? That shit gonna make you shitload of money. That's the biggest fight you could get, win, lose, or draw. You able to fight Earl Spence, and even if you lose, you'll still be in position to get a title. Somebody gonna give you a title shot. You ain't gonna have to wait too long. You know what I mean? But that also means that we wouldn't be getting Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? And I'm really not sure how long Earl Spence is going to stay at 147, but I know it's looking like he go fight Keith Thurman, right? All signs are leading to him fighting Keith Thurman. What's good, Demetrius, right? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Shout out my brother Demetrius, right? TWT in the building. What's good, 903 Boxing? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. We in this thing having a boxing conversation, man. The WBA has just approved Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. You know, the Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, you know, that hype been going on, you know what I mean, for a minute, right? I really wasn't getting, you know, too excited about it type deal because in the world where we got a lot of bullshit going on, we got Tank Davis and Ryan supposed to be fighting, not fighting, you know what I mean? They fight next, you know, after they next fight type deal, you know what I mean? Right. And then we got Earl and Bud who's supposed to be fighting, then not fighting, right? You know what I mean? She even just go back a little farther, Canelo and Jamal Charlo fighting and not fighting, right? You know, Earl said he'd rather retire before he fight Keith Thurman. So I'm not really believing, you know, Keith Thurman and Earl Spence. You know what I mean? I really want Bud and Spence, right? Bud fighting Avanesian. So if we can't get it, why not in the meantime, right? Cool. I guess you can fight, you know what I mean, Keith Thurman if we can't get Bud. If you go stick around at 147, right? You know, why not? You know, take the Keith Thurman fight. That's a big fight. You know, that makes sense. The WBA just came out and they approved, you know, Spence versus Thurman. So it's looking like Earl and Spence, you know, I say Earl and Spence. It's looking like Earl and Keith probably go be getting in the ring. You know what I mean? Unless Earl Spence, you know, Earl Spence said, you know, I'd rather, you know, drop my belts before I fight, dude. So I guess right now at this point, right, if Earl Spence ain't dropping them belts, right, he probably go be fighting Keith Thurman, right? But he said, I'd rather drop my belts before I fight Keith Thurman. And then he told Bud, I'm going to spin the block. You know what I mean? So, that's why I was a little confused. But now you got the WBA approved. And also, I was like, Stenonis next, Keith Thurman ain't next. Boom, WBA come out and say, they, approving the Spence versus Thurman fight. You know what I mean? So all this shit coming out, it's probably looking like shit, Earl about to fight Keith, you know what I mean? And let's really think about, that for a second, right? Let's really think about that for a second. I'm not even going to compare it to a David Avanesian fight, right? So let's just name the best welterweights in the division right now, right? Right? Most people would say Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, right? You will go Boots. Some people, you got the section of people who feel like Boots beat both of them, who might have Boots number one, right? But for the most part, when you talk about the welterweights, if you name three names, the first three names, rather no matter what order you put them in, right, go be Earl, Bud, Boots. You know what I mean? Bud, Earl, Boots, right? Boots, Earl, Bud, right? Boots, Bud, it's gonna be those three guys in combination, right? But also, when you really think about it, right, when we ask you, well, after Boots, Bud, and Earl, who's the best welterweight in the division? Real question. I got 23 people in the building right now. I got 24 like y'all do. Your boy face, smash that like button, and I want y'all to answer that question for me. After you name the top three welterweights, Boots, Bud, Earl, let's just be it right now, to this day, right now, after you name the top three, right? Earl, Bud, Boots. Who will be the fourth best welterweight in the division right now? Teddy said Keith. Think he beats Virgil too. Right. Keith Thurman. Anybody else? Like, who you think? Okay, Teddy else. Anybody else? Okay, Skywalker said Virgil. Okay. So we got one Keith. We got one Virgil. I really want y'all to answer. Who y'all think? Carmen Serene said Virgil. Shout out my girl Carmen Serene said Virgil. So we got one Keith, two Virgils. Demetrius Bryce said Keith. So we got two Keiths, two Virgils. And see, I'm doing this for a reason. I like you see that 903 said I can go with Keith. Right, but it's Keith or Virgil, right? Y'all see where I'm going? Great. Come and get out of here. Come and get out of here. Come and get out of here. I said Enos already. We already said Boots. We said Boots already. We said Earl, Bud, and Boots. We said Earl, Bud, and Boots. After you take Earl, Bud, and Boots out, right? After you take Earl, Bud, and Boots out, I'm going somewhere with this, right? Y'all saying the right names. Y'all saying the right names. Y'all saying the two right names, Keith and Virgil. I'm trying to see who else. Get out of there, Cole. Y'all saying the right names, right? It's either Keith or it's Virgil, right? So what did, by default, right? If this happens the way you write that is, if this happened, the way that it's setting up to happen right now, right? Let's just say that everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, right? Stenonis fight Virgil. Let's say Virgil wins, right? And then Keith fights Earl Spence, and let's say Earl Spence wins, right? And then the WBA said, but immediately after this fight with Earl and Keith, they got to fight the winner of Stenonis and Virgil. So that means Earl Spence will have to fight Keith Thurman, right? Who will be the fourth best welterweight, and then Virgil Ortiz, who will be the fifth best welterweight, or Virgil Ortiz, who will be the fourth best welterweight, right? Or Keith Thurman, and then Keith Thurman, who will be the fifth best welterweight, right? So do you see a pattern? The best welterweight is Earl Spence or Bud, however you want to put it, right? And then you got second. If you Earl Spence, right, you got Bud. You're trying to fight him, you can't fight Bud, right? Boots is the third guy. He a prospect. Boots is the third best in talent, right? But he not the third best as far as the ranking system go, right? So after you got Earl 1, you got Bud 2, right? Ranking system. You got Keith Thurman, and then you got Virgil. You got Virgil, then you got Keith Thurman. You get what I'm saying as far as the ranking system go. So by ranking system, right? Not talent, by ranking system, you got Earl Spence, possibly fighting the third and fourth best welterweights, right? in the division. You know what I mean? Literally setting up because he can't really fight Boots Bud right now. Him and Bud got, a little problem. What's good, D Free? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, pimp. Glad you can make it. TWT in the building. What's good? Appreciate you sliding through this, John. Yeah, somebody said Carter Ben. Yeah, my fault, Carter Ben. But now we threw Carter Ben away. We threw Carter Ben away, man. Appreciate you sliding through. I will say Carter Ben, if not Virgil and Keith. Yeah, we can't say Carter Ben. I'm the biggest Carter Ben fan around, right? But now we gotta throw Carter Ben away, man. He did what he did. We got to throw him away for at least a year. Let him get clean. Let him come back. My guy Demetrius Bryce says Stanonis beats Virgil. Man, we about to find out, Demetrius Bryce, because the WBA mandated that fight, and it will behoove them, right? Them being Stanonis and Virgil to take that WBA route, right? Because they get you a title shot after your next fight. You know what I mean? Guaranteed. You fight each other, then you go to Spence. So it would behoove them to do that. So Demetrius Bright, we probably more than likely about to see that shit transpire. You know what I mean? Stanonis and Virgil type deal. I ain't gonna lie, y'all see these good fights we about to get. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And look, actually, we could have been got this. Y'all see how the welterweight division is shaking and moving now? Y'all see how the welterweight division is shaking and moving now? Right? As soon as Bud Crawford signed his fight to fight Avenesian, right? We get all these fights. We get all these fights to transpire, and we get all these fights, you know what I mean, to happen right after Bud Crawford, sign. It's like all the dominoes falling into place. I would much rather get Earl versus Bud, but I really don't want us to harp on it. I really want us to talk about fights that's go happen. I mean, that's about to happen, right? Or that's really what's good, Aiden Johnson. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. He says salute to you, my brother. Respects to you in the chat as well. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Aiden. Winning this junk, just having us a little boxing conversation. The WBA just approved Spence versus Thurman. So pretty much all signs are leading to Spence versus Thurman, right? I think this pretty much solidifies it, right? For the most part, when the WBA came out and approved it, with them having the number one champion and Stanonis being up next, if they came out and approved it, then they probably did work something out. You know what I mean? With the powers that be to make this fight happen. So all signs do be see. So this speculation, the rumor, about this fight happening, it's looking like this fight good and goddamn well go happen. And WBA said the winner of this fight got to fight Virgil and Stanonis after, unless they go back and holler at them again. You know what I mean? That meaning, like, if you happen to get a bull fight, then cool. But if you don't, this fight got to happen. And I'm guessing this fight going to have to happen around a certain time. So even then, Earl and Bud going to have only a certain amount of time before they have to fight the mandatories. But the silver lining is, and I think I'm going to do another EP about this. I might do this EP in the morning. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this EP in the morning. I'm going to say it here first so y'all can hear me, just in case anybody else steal my idea. You know what I mean? Y'all can come back and tell me, AT, that man, or AT, she stole your idea, right? But all this in hand, this is going to make motherfucking this is going to make Jerome Boost Ennis the WBO mandatory, because if Virgil Ortiz fights Stanonis for the WBA position, and he wins, he becomes the WBA regular champion. You can't be a champion in a division, right, and be ranked in another division. So by default, this is going to push Boots and Bud on a collision course, because Boots is going to become the WBO or the IBF, you know what I mean, mandatory. He's going to be number one in WBO, and he's going to be number one in the IBF, right? So Boots will then be number one for the WBO. Now, Bud, after this fight, this is his voluntary. After this voluntary fight with Avenesian, Bud goes on the clock for his WBO mandatory. So it's going to be Boots winding down the pipe, or Earl Spence winding down the pipe. You know what I mean? So he's just going to have to really go up to 154, which I don't think he going to do, or he's going to have to fight him, or he's going to have to fight Earl, or he's going to have to fight Boots. My guy, 903 Bobby said, welterweight division looking real interesting. Yep, and it's all pretty much on one side of the street. You know what I'm saying? The PBC side. Why Bud don't want to just go over there, really not sure. Virgil Ortiz is signed with the Zone, but clearly he's Free Smoke Jr. You know what I mean? Because he fighting everybody. Sometimes he just bring the fighters to the zone, but he's open to fight anybody. Virgil Ortiz fight PBC fighters, ESPN fighters. The nigga fight anybody. You know what I mean? He don't necessarily fight. He ain't necessarily fought a champion yet, right? But with the way that he going with the Stanonis fight, with the McKenzie. Then you had the Mean Machine fight, you got the Mo Hooker fight. I like that. What Virgil Ortiz doing, he taking the steps in the right direction. So he's on the collision course to Earl Spence. I like that also. Also, if Earl Spence decides to move up, I ain't mad at that either. You get what I'm saying? But it's looking like that he may be sticking around. You know what I mean, for a minute. So that's something to look forward to. Ricky said, y'all need to understand the chess game was finished till Bud ran off on the plug. Terry about to be forced to fight a legit opponent or drop the belt. Y'all go see. I think Terry go retire though. You know what I mean? He said, I think Stanonis versus Ortiz is the 50-50 fight. Me too. Both fighters are strong. Facts. And now, but I think Stanonis gets the win. He has a good jab when he throws it to He has a good jab when he throws. A good fight, in my opinion. Shout out to my guy Aiden. Yeah, that's a good fight. I'm surprised y'all think that Stanonis gonna beat him. You know what I mean? I had Stanonis beating Boots here, but I'm surprised. I done seen a couple people say, you know what I mean, they got Stanonis. I'm surprised y'all feel like that, honestly, truthfully. Knockout 86 TV said 100%, bro. I got one upload right now on how Boots got Bud cornered in. You on point, as always. Appreciate you, Knockout. Appreciate you, Knockout. He's on, in my opinion. I hope Spence does. It's the PBC knockout. They got it's Showtime in PBC, right? It's really the PBC, right? It's Al Heyman. It's Al Heyman that got Bud counted in. This what happened when you try to, big dog to big dog. I'm gonna talk about it, man. I'm gonna do it. Shout out my nigga knockout. I'm gonna do that just knockout. It's Al knockout. It's Al Heyman, bro. They got Bud cornered in. When you try to pull a fuck move, you know what I mean? This man controlled the 147 division. You think he ain't got enough money to make Oscar De La Hoya move? He do. But I digress. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I hope Spence doesn't fight Bud. In my opinion, I hope Spence doesn't fight Bud. Their ship has sailed. Spence fight Thurman, then moves up. He will fight Boots at 154 unless he chooses to stay at 147 for the fans. He said, shit, I'm sure that man don't want smoke. He said, you know why he don't want to go? He said, read my comment, nephew. Which comment, Rick? You talking about the jump? Y'all need to understand the chess game was finished till Bud ran off on the plug. Terry about to be forced to fight a legit opponent or drop the belt. You talking about that jump? He said Virgil got host T. Defense is one of them. He uses his offense as defense, and I've seen him hurt. Stanonis a dog for real. Yeah, I mean, I know Stanonis can fight. I'm just surprised. He said, you cooking. Yeah, they finna have to mix it up. He said, yeah, you good, family. Okay. Damn, what I was finna say? Oh, yeah, I'm just surprised y'all feel like Stanonis beat him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna save my pick for it because that sound like that fight is gonna be a real thing. But I'm surprised a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? I ain't sure how I feel about that fight, right? In my first man, right? My very first man, like first man when I first hit the fight, I think Virgil Ortiz. I mean, my very first man, I think Virgil Ortiz. I know Stanonis pretty good. I got him, I had him over Boutier, right? I don't know. That's gonna be a good one though. That's gonna be a good one. You know what I mean? I say that. But yeah, man, I think it's Al KO. It's Al that got him cornered in, man. I don't really think it's Al that cornered him in. I think Al was willing to do good business with him, right? And then he was like, bro, either way it go, you really can't get around it. So what I'm gonna do is, since you want to act like you don't want to fight Earl Spence, right? I'm gonna run you into, the next best thing. I'm gonna run you into something, maybe even a little worse than Earl Spence, right? I'm gonna run you into something. He said there's gonna be a Haggard to Haggard war in the trees. Oh yeah, you talking about Virgil? You talking about Virgil and Stanonis? Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, bro. It's gonna be a good fight, bro. He said one thing about Stanonis is he got a chin. Yeah, he do. And Virgil show don't mind cracking the motherfucker in the chin. I feel, yep, he do got a chin. And Virgil show don't mind cracking the motherfucker in their chin, bro. You feel what I'm saying? She gonna be a good fight, though. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see that. That shit gonna be major, though. I'm ready for it. Matter of fact, they said matter of fact, it said it just told the date for Earl and Keith Thurman too. It said February. Earl and Keith fighting in February. WBA really just told the date. They said they actually said in the article that I read, they got they go fight in February 2023. They put in a permission, right, to hold out the Stanonis winner to fight until the 2023. You know what I mean? Have Virgil and Stanonis fight each other, type deal. He says Stanonis, like the Terminator, he always come forward. Yeah, shout out Stanonis for not ducking no smokers. Stanonis and Virgil to give us this fight. Shout out to them two brothers giving us a high level prospect fight, just like Michelle Rivera and Frank Martin, two prospects giving us a high level prospect fight. A lot, a lot in which you don't see, these days, young prospects getting in the ring, having to go. So shout out to Stanonis and Virgil, you know what I mean? And shout out goddamn Michelle Rivera and Frank Martin. What's good, T Hunt? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it. The WBA has approved the Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman fight, right? And before I wasn't too high on it, right? I wasn't really, I ain't gonna say I wasn't a fan of this fight, right? Because I kind of felt it come. I knew the PBC, had stated that they wanted this fight actually in January. If Earl and Bud, wasn't gonna fight, the PBC feel like this fight is lucrative for them, which it may be. You know what I mean? We just broke down how Keith Thurman, is the fourth, fifth top. He is top 5 in, the welterweight division right now. So, if it make money, it makes sense. High ranking, it makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Type deal. So, but now I'm feeling like this fight pretty much is done. Like, I feel like Errol Spence kind of, he done already gave way. Like, what, fucking out fight Keith Thurman. When they get to this point, I believe, it's already pretty much set in stone. And the WBA kind of spilled the beans. I'm finna go back and I'm finna read what the WBA said. What's good, T Hunt? He said WBC and WBA approved Thurman. The WBC made Keith Thurman, the mandatory. The WBA just approved the fight between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman to be before Eimantas Stanonis. Eimantas Stanonis got to fight Virgil Ortiz, and the winner of Stanonis and Virgil Ortiz automatically fights the winner of Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, unless, by the rule book, by rule C-19, right, they come to the WBA under the special permission clause and they work something out. So it's looking like all signs is leading to Keith Thurman, and the winner going to have to fight Stanonis and Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? Winner. That's what it's looking like. That's what's going on right now. He said WBA got that check. Yeah, basically, Ricky, pretty much. Shout out to WBA. Shout out to WBA. Well, yeah, pretty much, Ricky. Jason, y'all know I'll be lying to y'all. He said, I got EJ stopping Keith in the 8th or the 9th. That's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. That's gonna be a good fight. I think right now, if Errol can't fight, you know what I mean, bud? Shit, I guess why not fight? If you're not gonna move up, right? If you're not gonna move up, shit, why not fight Keith Thurman? You know what I mean? Big name type deal. If you go stay at 47, right? If you go stay at 47, you know what I mean? Why not? He said, oh, yeah. And I'm going to do a EP, a little later on how Al Heyman, you know what I mean, how Bud tried to hit Al Heyman with a counter punch, and how Al Heyman really showed him that, you can't big dog because now he didn't lock them in. You know what I mean? He didn't lock them in. He said, Queef been training like he next year. I saw Keith in the gym at Ash's Corner. Shout out Ash's Corner. Y'all do your boy a favor. I got 33 people in the building, 34 people in the building. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on it. Greatly appreciate y'all folks sliding through this. He said, EJ ain't fighting Keith ever. Heyman, we'll see about that. Yeah, pretty much. I think, I think he gave EJ something that he couldn't refuse. Yep. And it looked like all signs lead, you know what I mean, the Keith versus EJ, which ain't a bad fight at all. I ain't mad at it at all. I support these fighters, in their fights. I'm going to watch, Bud versus David Avenesian. So I'm damn sure going to watch Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? If this fight had happened 4 years ago, this would have been the mega fight. Imagine if Keith Thurman had to beat goddamn Manny Pacquiao and this fight would have went down. Or you know what I mean? Type deal. My guy, Russian Ryan, said Keith Thurman should win unless he takes a payoff like your. Ah, man, y'all tripping. Red Eye say it's a good fight. Yeah, facts, Red Eye. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, are you talking about for the fight? Yeah, I like that junk. I like that junk. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Y'all don't shoot nobody. Don't shoot nobody. I'm gonna let y'all know that. Don't shoot nobody. Man, you don't really believe that fight was paid off, man. Why you coming in here trying to troll me, bro? Look, and Teddy timed him out as soon as I said don't time out. Why you coming in here trying to troll me, bro? He's out for first Spence versus Stanonis. He deserves his just due. Yeah, that is true, Teach. But if Stanonis is cool with it, which he is, you know what I mean? If he cool with it, then you know what we gonna say. Stanonis cool with, stepping aside. He been stepping aside with it. He cool with it. We still get a good fight out of it. We get 2 good fights out of it. We get Earl versus Keith, and we get Stanonis versus Virgil. If Stanonis get past Virgil, then we get Stanonis versus Earl. The winner of, Virgil and Stanonis get the winner of Keith and Earl. So it is still a fight that we could get, right? That could be a backup fight if Earl don't fight Bud Crawford. You get what I'm saying? If we don't get undisputed, the only thing that could stop the winner of Stanonis and Virgil from getting Earl Spence is if Earl Spence move up, or is if, Earl Spence fight for undisputed. You get what I'm saying? And Earl Spence said that he go spin the block. So which kind of lead me to believe that he got another fight coming at 147. Right, which is starting to look like it's going to be Keith Thurman, right? And if he say he go spin the block, that means that he probably got at least one more fight left in him at 147, which probably means he told Bud he go spin the block, so he go be open to negotiate with Bud. Let's say that they mandatories happen to come up, right? Spence is going to have to fight Virgil Ortiz, and by default, Bud is going to have to fight Jerome Booth Ennis, who's number 1 in the WBO, right? So Earl Spence's next fight in line is going to be his WBA mandatory, right? Bud Crawford only has 1 belt, which is the WBO. So he's going to have to fight the WBO mandatory. The next guy in line for that is Jerome Boots in it. So he's going to have to fight Boots, or he's going to have to fight Earl. You know what I mean? So either way, we're about to get some good fights to go down. We're probably about to get Boots versus Bud, right? And Earl versus Virgil, if we can't get Earl versus Bud. Earl versus Bud is the prize. But if we can't get that, we still got some great fights lined up. All right, okay, Red Eye, you keep believing it. You keep believing it. Greatly appreciate you. He said EJ back KO in the body in the 8 versus Thurman. Jay Smith said EJ friend. Jarvis said he would rather EJ fight Keith and then fight Bud last back on Trill months ago. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The PBC been pushing, the PBC, that fight makes sense, right? That fight makes sense, for the PBC, right? They feel like it makes sense for business. They feel like Keith Thurman said, they feel like Earl said. Keith Thurman did 400K with Manny Pacquiao. Earl Spence do 350, 250K every pay-per-view, 350K plus every pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like, these are 2 of their highest grossing pay-per-view stars. Earl Spence get consistent pay-per-views. Keith Thurman, 1 pay-per-view had 400K with Manny Pacquiao, right? So they feel like that it worked out for them. So, both these in-house fighters, you know what I mean? They feel like it worked. So, yeah, this is a fight that they've been wanting, which I've been putting out, right? But the fight that we want is undisputed, right? But we can't get undisputed right now with Bud fighting David Avanesian. We most definitely not go get it next, right? So, in the meantime, if Earl Spence is not going to move up, he said he go spin the block. Why not fight Keith Thurman? If you go stay at 147, then cool. Fight Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? A1, you right on time, A1. I ain't saying shoot nobody, A1, but, just read some of the comments. You know what I mean? See how you feel. Y'all might want to get right, A1 in the building. He said, this is more for you from a fight out of Keith. One last big payday. Yeah, facts. Keith Thurman been chasing this fight. I think Al about to give Keith Thurman his fight. You know what I mean? I think he about to give it to him. But Keith Thurman most definitely is the WBA Mendo, and Keith Thurman most definitely is the WBC Mendo, and the WBA just approved the fight between Keith Thurman and Earl Spence. You know what I mean? But the winner got to fight, Stanonis and Virgil. But basically what the WBA just did, the WBA basically just took Keith Thurman and said, okay, you Earl Spence, if you go fight him for the WBC, right, we go approve you for the WBA. So boom, you in the WBA. Okay, Virgil, you know what I mean? We go move you over here. You can fight Stanonis. If you go fight Stanonis, we might as well go ahead and make this a WBA fight. Boom. So we gonna make this a title. So that'll put you in the WBA ranking. So basically what the WBA did, WBA just basically made a power move. And we all know who owns the right. Okay, real quick, let me see who know boxing for real. Not none of that fake boxing, right? I got 38 people in the building. It's enough y'all in here, to challenge y'all boxing match and shit, right? Let's see who really know boxing. Who owns the WBO belt? Who runs the WBO? What guy makes the WBO belt decision? You see how I lost 4 people when I start talking about people know boxing? It's because y'all don't know no boxing. Who makes the decisions for the WBO belt? Let me see if y'all know, or let me see if y'all. My guy D Free said Bob. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. Who makes the decisions, right? Who makes the decisions for the WBC belt? Y'all know who make the decisions for the WBC belt? You know what I mean? Who make up the WBC, rules and mandatories and all that shit? Who make up the rules and all the mandatories and shit for the WBC belt? Y'all know who make the rules up for the WBC belt? Let's see if y'all know something here real quick. Let's see if y'all know something. Suleiman, boom. There you go. So you got Bob running the WBO. You got Suleiman running, the WBC and money. Who run the WBA? Who run the WBA? So who run the WBA? Who y'all think run the WBO belt? Al don't run the WBC. Nope. Al do not run the WBC. Nope. Who y'all think run the WBA belt? Who y'all think run the nope. Al do not run the WBC. The WBC go for whoever got the most money. The WBC don't care who you with. WBC don't care who you with. There you go, Shay girl, huh? But not what they telling you on paper. Like who really? PBC, basically, right? Mendoza works, PB. Yeah, the PBC, right? And who owns the PBC, right? So the PBC, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? WBO, what Bob orders. WBC is literally the Suleiman belt, right? Look at the fighters who always have the WBA belts. Look at the sanctions that they're with. Look at the regular champions for the WBA. Look at all that and look and see, who have the most of the WBA belts, right? So you know how this shit work, right? And if you don't know, I just told you how this shit work, right? So I digress. So the WBA they just lock this shit up. And they forcing the WBO hand by putting Jerome Booth Ennis into play. You get what I'm saying? No, Bob don't got the IBF. No, the IBF is ran by a black man. He run his shit by the book. He run his shit by. I forgot the black dude name for the IBF, but he don't work with no sanctions body. He ain't going for no bullshit. They already snitched on him back in the day for doing the same shit that they be doing. The IBF had their case, for taking money for, play for pay, basically taking money for belts and rankings. The same shit everybody else do, right? But he a black man that run his, so they snitched on him. You know what I mean? But the IBF, they run that shit by the book. They ain't really got no sanctioning body. Whoever come up in the IBF, that's who come up in the IBF. That's why I be a lot of Russians and a lot of people you never heard of in the IBF because they ranking system literally go. It's like a ever moving thing. You got to be the guy in the IBF ranking system to take they, there are people, to take their spot. So he under, of course, he under a bigger microscope than everybody else is. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, he's into the W. Yes, there you go. Now Boost is the number one in WO by default. They didn't force the WBO hand, so now Bud's gonna have to see Jerome Boost in this, right? Right. He's there run promotion, had close relations with Saint. There you go. There you go. There you go. We just broke it down for you. You know what I mean? And we just broke it down for you. So basically what the WBA did, they just pretty much locked everything up and they didn't swung, the power pendulum back to themselves. What Bud did was slow down the power pendulum. But what Bud thought he was doing was controlling the power pendulum. But really all Bud was doing was just slowing it down. Now he see that, you still just a big fish in a small pond, a big fish in a small pond on the grand scheme of things. Because now you're gonna have to see Boots or Earl Spence. So this could mean, right? Because I don't think Bud Crawford is moving up. This could mean we may be getting Earl Spence versus Bud, right? Because he's backed into a corner to either now have to fight Earl Spence or have to fight Jerome Boots Ennis or move up. And if he move up, he gonna have to fight, Jamal Charlo. But if he move up, right, and Earl Spence move up, right, he not gonna beat up Jamal Charlo. Jermell Charlo, right? And if he move up and Earl Spence move up, then eventually he gonna have to fight him. But he can start that process over. So there is a window, right, where he could move up. If Jermell move up, and he can try to get a vacant belt. But as long as Jermell stay there, he ain't gonna be able to do that. So right now he boxed and he got Jermell on the top of him. So you gotta fight Jermell in a sense. You gotta fight Boots or you gotta fight Earl. He ain't really got too many more options, right? Now he was talking there like he wanted it. Now he gonna have to do it. D Free said, "Damn T, I was just making a video on this, but I'm still done. I'm still going to put it out. You will be getting a shot in the video." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much, it's pretty much what I'm doing now. I keep saying I'm gonna make a video, but this pretty much what we're doing now. We talking about it. We talking about the outcome and shit, the fallout from it. I just really ain't, put it in the title. But that's pretty much what we're doing right now, having that conversation. And if y'all want to, bro, I can drop the link for y'all. Y'all can come up here. We could kick shit for a second, talk about it, because I really need to make a story on, give me some roll-ups, because the games come on at 6, right? So, I'm going to do this, until about, 6, something like that. But if y'all want to come, kick some shit, talk about it, we can come kick some shit, talk about it, because I think this is a power move. And I wasn't really on board with the Keith Thurman fight because I was so locked in on Earl fighting Bud. But the more I think about it, and people was telling me this shit, all week. I was just talking to D Free the other day, right? He was like, we were having a conversation, and then, the Earl and Bud situation came up, and he was like, but I ain't known this, the WBA. I was like, the WBC go get, first, command over there. He was like, how? He was like, how? Stanonis took step aside money. I was like, shit, I don't fucking know. And then boom, you get this news dropping today that, that TBG Promotions, which is the PBC promotional company, put in a C16 special permissions, to have Keith Thurman, fight Earl Spence, and the WBA approve the fight for Keith Thurman and Earl Spence. So there you go. There you go with that.
Mm-hmm.
What's good? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Pimp.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm coming on around to the ideal. What'd you say?
I said, me and Just Do was just talking about this shit the other day, and he was saying that they had ordered the Staniosis versus
Ortiz.
Virgil, and I was like, and I said, you know what that means? He was like, what you talking about? I said, that means Boots is going to be the WBO #1.
Yeah,
it moved Virgil out of the WBO. He's taking the WBA route.
If you become a champion in the WBA, you can't be you could be ranked in multiple sanctioning bodies, but not if you're a champion. That's regular champion, any kind of champion. You can't be ranked in multiple sanctioning bodies. If he get a belt, he gonna be the WBA next. WBA is already saying that the winner of him and Virgil is next in line for the WBA, and that fight gotta happen next, unless they do another special permission thing, which will be for Undisputed, right? But outside of Undisputed, Earl Spence gonna have to fight the winner of Virgil and Stanonis or move up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which I think Bud gonna be forced to fight Earl. I think Bud's gonna be forced to fight Earl.
I think now we more inclined to get that because he literally either gotta fight Boots or Earl. And if he move up, he gotta fight Jermell. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's more scared of Boots than he is of Earl.
That's what I'm saying. So we actually Bud might get scared into an Earl Spence fight. Yep. I ain't gonna say scared. I don't even want to go there right with it, but you know what I mean, bro. We might, you know what I mean. I feel like this is the best thing that could have happened, right? This is the best shit that could have happened. Got the WBA, which is the PBC belt. They didn't work this shit out to where bro got to fight. Now he got to fight somebody. He got to fight one of their fighters, Showtime fighter, which is Boots, right? Or he got to fight Earl Spence, which is a PBC fighter, right? So
I told y'all
all is still PBC, which all is advised by Al Heyman.
I told y'all this was looking like the Canelo situation. He's gonna put himself in a corner where he has no other move. You're gonna have to fight somebody.
Drop that link for y'all niggas. Don't be scared.
You're gonna have to fight somebody. You put yourself in the corner now. Your dumb ass, instead of just taking the fight, now you really gonna let everybody know whether you ducking Earl or you want to fight Earl, because it's either you're going to fight Boots or you're going to fight Earl. Which one are you going to do? And According to you, you never ducked none of your mandatory. So if you don't fight Earl, that means you want to fight Boots.
Or if he move up, he got the WBO and he got to fight Jamel, which probably gonna be the worst ass whooping he could take.
He gonna get an ass whooping either way he go. He in for an ass whooping.
So I think right now, Bud got to ask himself: is he gonna fight Earl, Boots, Jamel, or retire? You know what I mean? And I think what fight makes the most sense is for him to fight Errol Spence. You make the most money. It's for undisputed. You could do something nobody ever done before. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, I guess I'm over, shutting down or not believing in the Errol Spence versus Keith thing because shit, with the WBA saying that they're approving this, I mean, shit, it's probably gonna happen. Earl said he gonna spin the block, which means he probably gonna stay there. So he gonna have to fight this fight if he gonna stay here, at 47. He said they checkmated Bud. Yeah, facts, humble servant. They checkmated Bud. He said he's scared of both equally, but EJ gonna pay more. Basically. He's in the sanctum parties are mandating Keith, no step aside needed, and they got him a fight with Virgil. Yep. They pretty much worked all this. WBA worked this shit out. You know what I mean? They worked this shit.
If Earl and Earl and Bud happen to happen, I get to get my wish. I get Earl send Keith Thurman into retirement into an old folks home, and I get Earl sending Bud into the daggone hospital. I get my wish from both of them.
And we get fucking Stanonis versus Virgil. And we get Stanonis versus Virgil. There's a caveat, though. There's a caveat.
I think Virgil gonna beat Stanios. I understand some people think Stanios gonna beat Virgil. I don't think you can beat Virgil by coming straight forward.
I'm surprised a lot of people think like I'm surprised y'all confident enough to be like, hey, he gonna win. Like y'all said that shit quick too. I'm like, damn, I ain't even. What's up? Y'all don't got no love for Virgil out here in these streets. Y'all ain't fucking. I think Virgil ever improving, right? I think he ever improving. Stanonis and him, they about on the same level. We about to see. I think this. I don't know, man.
I don't think y'all doing Virgil enough credit for his shit.
I'm trying not to give away too much shit. You know what I mean?
I
picked Stanonis to beat Butiel, though. I picked him to beat Butiel, so I understand, but I'm just surprised that a lot of people. I'm surprised y'all feel like that, though. I'm surprised y'all feel that way.
I don't think y'all giving Virgil enough credit for his chin.
Teague said, I think Virgil's win easy. He said, you think Oscar will put him in there with Stanonis? I think Virgil won it, but Oscar, I think they already worked this out, 903. I think Virgil them on board. I think Virgil believe he could beat him. I think Virgil think he could beat Stanonis. They'll make this fight. They don't believe Stanonis is better than Oscar. I said Oscar. They don't think Stanonis, he more like Oscar than fucking Ryan. But anyway, I digress. They don't believe Stanonis is better than Ortiz. Because I don't believe that shit. Look,
I don't believe Stanios is better than Ortiz.
They don't believe that. Like they'll put him in there with Stone and guaranteed shot at Earl. That's the big picture here, right? All I got to do is beat Stanonis, and I get Errol Spence automatically for the straps. You know what I mean? I don't got to fight Boots. That's really who they're avoiding. Everybody know, bro. If you go get beat up, you got to take the biggest bag to get beat up. Why would I fight Boots, get beat up for motherfucking $700,000 when I can fight Errol Spence and get beat up for $2 million up front and probably $2 million on the back end? You get what I'm saying? So I can be a $5 million nigga over being $1 million nigga. Not even $1 million, $800K nigga, $900K nigga. You know what I mean? Yep. I'm taking the $2 million. I'm taking the $2 to $4 million, $2 to $5 million, Jack. You know what I mean? I'm taking that. Errol Spence is the money fight. If you're going to get beat up, take the most money. Makes the perfect sense. Bud don't understand that. Bud want to slow shit down. Bud thought that he was controlling the pendulum. He was just slowing down the pendulum, man.
I hope that nigga don't do it. I hope that nigga don't do it, Tio.
Because now you done gave him time to think. Now your ass got to fight Boots. Because now Virgil said, I'm going to fight them because I ain't fighting Virgil. I ain't fighting Boots.
I hope Bud don't do it, Tio, and fumble the bag. You fuck around and lose.
Bud might lose on purpose and retire. Oh, he was a good fighter, man. He was good. He just got me. He gonna bet on himself to lose. I'm betting on Avenesian.
He said he gonna do his best to lose.
Bugger said Avenesian's a great fighter, man. I told you he was good. I told you he was good, man. He beat me. He beat me tonight. He beat me. Now he'll get into a series with Avenesian.
What card y'all think Stanley Anderson falls on?
He's on. He's on. They say it's gonna be in. It may be on Keith and Earl, right?
I think they might either throw it on Keith and Earl, or they might throw it on Ryan and Tank. Because it may.
Are you playing music knockout?
I think it's gonna be a February.
My wife is. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be on Keith and Earl because that can possibly be the next fight if Bud has to fight Boots. That can possibly be the next fight. So I think it'll be on Keith and Earl. They usually do that. They usually put the next opponent on the co-main event.
Yeah. Know what I'm thinking. But he said, you think you said Tank Stanonis and Virgil on Tank card. Ain't Boots supposed to be on that card, supposedly? So you think they gonna put Stanonis on there with Boots? You think they gonna do the welterweight showdown on that card?
I mean, well, that's what a lot of people were speculating.
I think Boots, I'm hearing Boots may be on that one, right? But to throw Virgil and Stanonis on there too, man,
no, I don't think they will put
overstuffing that motherfucker.
But we don't know for sure if Boots is going to be on that on the undercard. We were just speculating that he was going to be on the undercard because Boots' father said that he was fighting in January, and that was the only big fight that we know of that was announced for January. Well, not big fight, but the only pay-per-view shot that was announced.
Bud not getting froze out. Bud basically said, "I'm gonna fight Avenesian, right, with these people." On this one, I'm gonna fight this one-off fight because he didn't sign multiple fights with them. He only signed to fight Avenesian, right? So he said, "I'm gonna take this one fight, right?" So what they doing is they just putting shit into play based off what Bud did. What they was thinking were they were gonna fight Bud Crawford. That's what they was thinking. They was thinking they had a Bud fight lined up, but they ended up not having.
Yo, mic check. I'm good.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. Yeah, now, the mic sound a lot better now too.
Yeah, my bad. My wife, I was in my office and my wife was in the kitchen cooking. Bang, she liked to listen to music, so my fault.
Ain't that wrong with that, Bill. But I forgot what I was saying. Damn, I forgot what I was saying.
And then I just made you lose your train of thought. I'm fucking up all the way around right now. God damn it. God damn it, man. Now I got that.
But yeah, he's not. No, he's at froze. Yeah, Bud ain't getting froze out per se. They just really making They just really making a move, based off what Bud did, right? Bud was like, I'm gonna fight Avenesian. They said, cool, since you gonna fight Avenesian, we gotta do something because mandatory still coming. And we actually fight our mandatories. We don't have easy volunteers and shit, right? Because our voluntary was goddamn Ugas. We put in a special order to get Ugas to be a volunteer, which was a undisputed fight. You know what I mean? This is their first real volunteer. Spence-Thurman is Errol Spence first voluntary. You see how Errol Spence voluntary? You see how Errol Spence voluntary be motherfucking? Who was the fight?
Nah, the WBC mandated that fight, bro.
They did, but they had to put in a C-16 special permission request to the WBA to get it pushed through. So it's a voluntary through the WBA. In a sense.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Al Heyman, that's why I try to tell you. Al Heyman talked to Earl. He said, look, I know you don't want to fight Keith, but go ahead and fight Keith. I'm going to make it where he has no choice but to fight you. So you're going to get that fight next. One way or another, you're going to get that fight next.
You're going to get that fight or he going to drop that goddamn belt and look like a hoe out here.
Or he going to retire. Even if he move up, he gonna have to fight Jamel.
Yeah, and then but look, they could stall him out with Jamel too, because Jamel's WBO mandatory. He fighting that in January, so the WBO ain't gonna call another mandatory all the way where 2024, and that man gonna be 36 years old.
He gonna have to either fight Jamel or move. So he just gonna be sitting around. He really gonna look like a hoe then.
Yeah, they ain't gonna give him Jamel. They like, nah, nigga, you fighting Earl, bro. You either fighting Earl or you fighting nobody.
Yeah, because
But his
the
options ain't
mandatory.
even good because
If
Jamel
Jamel
is a
fight the
worse ass
mandatory,
whooping than you fighting than Earl
but if
Spence.
Jamel fight his mandatory in January, he don't have to fight another WBO mandatory until next year.
Until January of 2024. Then that's when they'll call it again, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he good. But what I was saying, bro, like for Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz when I first came on here, I think it's obviously that's a fight that you on the main event by yourself. But I think with Showtime and Golden Boy doing business, I think they threw Virgil in there, and I think he gonna end up if they make the fight soon enough, it could end up on that Errol Spence February card, or they could push it to the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia card. I think it's gonna be somebody co-main event though to make the pay-per-view.
I'm thinking Earl and Keith, right? They would make the most. You know, if
Yeah,
it's not gonna be his own.
they gave him 30 days. They gave him 30 days, so that would line up, get the deal done before 30 days, have about a month and a half, 2-month training camp, and then fight on Earl card. Yeah, and kind of that, and that that's probably how they got look standing on us. We're gonna keep throwing you bones and shit. Ready to let you fight Butiev on Earl last card. We're gonna keep building your name, but you gotta let Earl go do what he trying to do. We'll put you on this card again, my nigga. We'll throw you on this card again, bro. We letting you fight Virgil and shit.
Yeah.
And then throwing Oscar a bone like, hey, since you went ahead, you know what I'm saying, and we made the deal with Ryan Garcia, let's do some more business. Let's
And
see if we
Oscar
can.
don't want to fight. Oscar don't want to fight Boots either. They don't want Virgil, so it work out for everybody.
Yeah, he got a better shot. He definitely Stanionis
Earl
is
trying to hunt down fucking Bud. Boots hunting down everybody. Earl trying to hunt down Bud. Bud just playing cat and mouse from everybody.
You hear that shit? You hear that shit? You hear that shit? Bozy in and said about Virgil, bro.
What you say? Nah,
Look, Robert Garcia.
Shout out, Bozy. What you say?
Yeah. Hey, look, Robert Garcia was like, yeah, Boots got he got a tough fight with Virgil because shit, he gonna have to kill Virgil to beat him. They were interviewing Bozy and asking about that shit. Yeah, they interviewed him, asked about that shit. He said, well, shit, if he keep being there long enough with him, he will kill his ass. Like, no, y'all savage ass dude.
He will do it. He said he will do it. Like he was like, and he really said it like you acting like this. He was like, okay. He was like, okay.
Like, what that mean? Like what that mean? Because he was
right.
my son was savage for real. Like,
he was like, yeah.
Sorry, bro. If that's the only thing we need to see, and we'll see it when he fights somebody like Virgil. If he get Earl in there, if he get Bud in there.
Right. Now,
so if Boots got a mean streak like that, bro, it's a problem, dog.
They might say if you leave him in there with somebody long enough, they will die.
They will die.
Bozy was like, yeah, that would be treated. He can't like, that would be trying to do. Basically, that would he was like, yeah, that would be.
Yeah, he pressed him with that shit. I was like,
yeah.
Damn.
He was like, yeah. He was like, you leave him in there long enough. I'm like, dang, it was good, D, y'all. Appreciate you saying, dude. He's at Virgil versus Danonis. The co-main EJ fight that'll help the car be bigger, generate more money. Yeah, facts, bro. And then look, I'm really thinking about the hindsight right now. Look, my man, I'm working now. I really don't think Bud gonna fight Earl, but he kind of backed into a corner at this point, unless he retire. I gave him a ceremony. Avanesian could be his retirement fight, right? But anyway, I digress. Bro, if Bud don't fight Earl, imagine Virgil versus fucking Earl Spence at Cowboy Stadium, bro. That bitch go be rocking. That bitch go be rocking, bro. Like,
bro, the whole city gonna turn up for that shit.
Everybody go be at that hoe, bro. Like, bro.
I will be right back down in Dallas again.
Oh Jesus. Everybody go be at that. If Earl could do 40 with Ugas, you put Virgil in that jump. Virgil could, bro, with them both being from Texas, but they could put 80,000 in that hoe.
And you know this Mexico Central.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
They could put 80,000 just off the strength of Virgil.
They come everywhere, San Antonio, everywhere, bro.
Facts. Even though the people came for Earl, the people that didn't want to make the trip for Earl and Ugas, they'll see Virgil, bro. They'll come because it's another Mexican dude in Texas, bro. I swear, I know they will. Bro. Because it just worked. That shit just worked. Both from Dallas, bro. They made, bro. On real talk, bro. Just honestly, I might do a Southern T on this too. I've been saying it, but I might do a T on him, bro. Earl got a couple big fights that actually make him more money than fucking the Bud fight, or just as much. True enough. The gates for fucking Earl and Virgil Ortiz gonna be ridiculous, bro. You know what I mean? The pay-per-view for the people who can't get in or who ain't gonna be able to make it. You know what I mean, bro? I literally could see how many people in Texas, bro. I could see 800,000 motherfuckers from Texas, you know, tuning into that shit just from them.
Bro, we got like shit, like 8 million people in Dallas
that's what I'm saying.
alone.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could see just 8, like they're just pay-per-views, not even people that's going to the actual fight. I mean, like pay-per-view, bro. Just
it's 30 million. It's 30 million people live in Texas, bro.
Right. You know what I mean?
That shit.
It's really what I meant. Dallas. I knew it was like 8 or something. That's why I said 800,000. Yeah, I knew it was what I meant to say. Dallas.
Oh, they pulling up. Man, listen. So, Virgil got major
like 10% basically. But it is 800K, man. But yeah, I know 800K motherfuckers are buy that pay-per-view. They go come, right? They go sell about 70,000, 80 pay-per-views. Bro. Just Texas alone, that shit go sell. And not adding everybody else. New York and Cali and, you know, the in-betweens and shit, the Tennessees and the fucking Kentuckys and the Atlantas and, you know, the goddamn New Yorks and shit like that, bro. New York go get that motherfucker off the walk. You know what I mean? Shit go, bro. That fight, and goddamn Keith Thurman. I think financially is a bigger fight, but financially.
It might be, bro, because Keith done sold before.
You know what
and Keith gonna get up there. Keith gonna get up there and talk that shit, bro.
Yeah, Keith is from Florida, so he gonna have his supporters. There's a lot of niggas in Florida that still rock with Keith Thurman.
Y'all really know Bud fans, not even Bud fans, they Keith Thurman fans. Y'all know that?
Yeah, because they couldn't see Keith fight him. All right, I know all that shit, bro. Yeah. And they just transferred over. They just transferred.
Yeah, Bud the new dude for them to hate on Earl. It's not that they don't. It's not that they like Bud. They be Keith Thurman fans that don't like Earl. That's why it be strictly from people not liking Earl, because they really Keith Thurman fans. That's why most of them don't even know shit about Bud. That's how I can argue with some of them and know more about Bud than them, because they really Keith Thurman fans. Start a Keith Thurman conversation with a Bud fan. Watch how excited they get. Or now, watch how they tear him down because he about to fight Earl Spence now.
Mm-hmm. That shit true, bro. That shit true, dog. That shit crazy to me.
For real. Look at how people tone changed. At first, they were saying he ain't fight Keith Thurman, or he didn't fight Keith Thurman. He fought the same people Bud fought. Now what they saying? Keith Thurman washed. He washed up. I see what the fuck y'all doing. I see what you motherfuckers.
Nah, bro. And then also, you know, now all of a sudden, Keith Thurman and fucking David Avenesian, now they on the same level.
Right. See what I'm saying? Knock out that bullshit. Right. I see what y'all doing.
Like, come on, dog. I see what y'all
trying to do. Ain't no way y'all can make Avenesian the same level as Keith Thurman, Berman.
They're trying though.
Ain't no way he the same level as Keith Thurman, Berman. Fuck is you saying? And I ain't talking about Stavern. Get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't no way he the same level. No way fat. Keith Thurman. No, I saw that shit. I just scroll right past it too. I said stupid ass shit. That dumb ass shit off my goddamn YouTube.
Yeah, Keith Thurman has fought. Keith Thurman been inactive. Keith Thurman, you know, he's soft to the body.
At least if you go troll like traps, come in here and say Keith Thurman a better boxer than Earl. At least we could roll with that. We could go somewhere with that. Stop telling me Avenesian is the same as Keith Thurman, bro. Because he's not.
That's what I've been hearing, bro. You know.
Nah, I know you ain't lying, bro. I seen it. I've been seeing the blasphemy. I've been seeing the blasphemy.
I'm just looking at this shit like, bro, y'all gotta stop, bro.
You saw how mad I got when you said it, because I really saw it. I saw it again when you said it. I said, bro, I remember that dumbass shit.
Yeah, you know, bro. Listen, we ain't getting nobody gonna get up here and lie, bro. Ain't nobody lying about this.
Serious right now?
Nobody lying.
And Thurman, and I ain't gonna say I hate Thurman because I don't know him personally, right? I like to hate Thurman as far as boxing go, right? He one of the people I like to hate. I hate Thurman, bro. Man, he'll kill Avenesian, bro. I'm not even sure Avenesian beat Barrios. Fuck is you talking about?
Bro, Avenesian, come in.
I'm not sure if he beat Barrios. I'm not sure.
If Thurman and Avenesian fought, you know Keith Thurman be a pretty big favorite, bro. They gotta stop that shit, bro. Exactly. Keith Thurman be a huge favorite over Avenesian, bro.
Keith Thurman will be favored to knock Avenesian out, and he ain't knocked nobody out in years.
Crazy. I'm not even buying I don't even be buying into a lot of the bullshit. No, I be agitated, bro. I'm so agitated. I whispered to D Free that the WBC, you know, jump was gonna come first because I didn't want to report it because I've been hearing bullshit. I've been agitated by everything. I don't even want to drop boxing news no more. You know what I mean? Halfway.
I feel you, bro.
I whispered it. Me, D3 had to come to like 2 days ago. Real quick.
I feel you. It's tiresome, dog. Like, especially when you know, like, my shit, like, I know I'm telling the truth. My thing is, bro, when they try to insult my motherfucking intelligence, and I know what the I'm talking about, bro. Like, stop that shit, bro. Stop trying to insult people intelligence, trying to act like they dumb and shit. Like, nigga, if I wasn't on to something, niggas wouldn't be tweeting directly at me, bro. They literally coming at me directly now, cause nigga, I know I'm saying some real shit, and that shit cutting you deep. So you stay where you at though, cause I ain't gonna stop, bro. I'm not stopping for nobody, cause I don't be asking. I
got my boy knockout 86 boxing calling out Bud Crawford on his bullshit, and it cutting Bud Crawford so deep that he had to speak up on it with his lying ass. We know Bud real selective about what he replied to, right? And I saw my boy being real selective with KO. My boy KO was speaking facts. My boy KO was saying some real shit. He asked some real questions. He made some real statements, and Bud chose to overlook that and act like a fucking child to my nigga. Who words was that? Act like who said this? He had to act like a child. Somebody said that.
Probably you.
I think it was either dude or free. I don't know. One of them. But somebody was like, he was acting like a real child. And I went back to look at it. That man was acting like a kid. Bro. I said, did he just call everybody broke? I said, bro, that man called you on your bullshit and you ain't have no answer for him. So you went straight to some other shit. And you
but check it though. This the lying ass shit. This the contradiction. He did that shit, right? But then posted that other people trying to act tough on you on Twitter and fight him.
Right.
What, bro? You the one that's doing that shit, bro. You doing this shit.
Everybody broke, saying you will shoot niggas and shit. Not necessarily say, but you talking about you street, you know, like, nigga, you from Nebraska for one, bro. Let's come on, bro.
Yeah, dog. Like,
and I get it. It's hood's everywhere, bro. Come on, bro. You that need to be the last thing you need to be hollering. But anyway, hey, shout out my nigga knockout for calling Bud out his shit.
I appreciate it, bro. I'm just listen. Ain't nobody silencing us over this way, dog. Cause I don't need, cause people that rock with me because of me. I don't be getting the exclusive content. I ain't got no sources and shit. I just give my opinion, bro. If you don't like it, then shit, go find somebody shit you do like. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga literally asked knockout the fight. This nigga want to fight everybody except for Earl.
Yeah, bro.
Acting like a child, bro. The man was acting like a kid, bro.
This nigga literally want to fight everybody except for Earl. I was down when I went back and looked at the Twitter conversation. I was like,
and then he had his homie. That's what's fucked up. If you go to my shit, I quoted it and then responded to it. But Andre Ward even tweeted at me, bro. That's how I know I'm on to something, bro. That nigga tweeted at me and then hurried up and deleted that shit, bro. He got Andre Ward and shit coming like, bro, y'all niggas is tripping.
Ass, brats. On their ass.
Y'all niggas is tripping, bro. I'm not finna.
Ward need to stop that punk shit. He know what the fuck it is.
I told that nigga, bro, you heard that say that he never said
be Garrett Hawkins. I see you in there, Garrett Hawkins. Garrett Hawkins.
You heard him go up there and lie on that interview, and you worried about me instead of telling him to tell the truth, nigga. If you don't get the fuck out of here, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. But we on to your bullshit. That's why he's so mad at YouTubers. He like, these YouTube niggas exposed every motherfucking thing I'm doing. Why these niggas on I can't pull shit past these YouTube niggas.
That's what it is. That's why I put that video together about him talking about some motherfucker Boots and Virgil name never came up. I threw that motherfucker video together quick as shit.
On the mic with Terrence Bailey. What's good, Pep?
Oh, his name never came up. Wasn't Virgil the one that called you out after the daggone Eagle Kozlowski fight and you were standing ringside? Yeah, he said, I want that fight next. Then Boots said he wondered why he wasn't given the offer. I'm like,
let me get you wrenched up, Terrence.
But you supposed to be a boss. So you the boss. You supposed to go get these fights. They ain't supposed to be looking for you.
You bring the names to the people, bro.
Right. I'm like the same way we having this situation with Earl Spence. Earl Spence is the A side. He sent you the contract. You declined it. It'll be the same thing with them. You the A side. You send them the contract. Either they going to accept it or they going to decline it.
And the crazy thing is, bro, y'all know me. Y'all know the moment if that shit happen, if Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford happened and they announced the fight, y'all know I'll be right there, one of the first ones giving that nigga all the credit in the world, talking about how great the fight is, talking about I can't wait to see it. Congratulations, big ups, all that. If you doing bullshit, we're gonna call it out, bro.
People don't know how quick the tone to change, right? If that fight was actually get signed, you'll see how lit content to get, because we'll really have something to talk about and stick with. You get what I'm saying? That's all people want to see, bro. Ain't like
then we can start talking about who gonna win.
Rip you up, Rick. Ain't like and trap. Ain't like people hate motherfucking Bud Crawford, nigga. It's this one move that he making. It's the one move that he making that people got a problem with. When we go in, but we gonna go. It's within the move when people try to spread lies and narratives. We have to rip his shit apart. But niggas ain't going at Bud like that because we don't think Bud a good fight. We going at him like that because the way he moving with Earl Spence.
Literally,
I don't never see them saying, and that's how you know it's some bullshit, bro. I don't never see them same people when I be going at Canelo or I go at motherfucking fucking Tank Day on him to fight better competition, or I go at all these other fighters that we go at, bro. I want Monster anyway to fight Steph. I went all these people that we go at, bro.
They got on my head about that, dog.
You never heard that shit, bro. They be cool. Like, nigga, get out of here, dog. You going against the black man?
Don't mention Monster versus Steph, bro. They get on my. They get real sensitive about that knockout. They get real sensitive about that shit.
Man, I want to see the fights, bro. I don't give a damn, bro. Like, miss me. Like, I don't care. Like, I love boxing more than any fighter, bro. Like, I like fighters and shit, but bro, any one of them fuck up with me, I'm on their helmet. I got people I'm a fan of, but I criticize them. Niggas don't even know I like Jamal Charlo, bro.
Right, niggas know I like Jamal Charlo. I'm the Jamal Charlo guy around this motherfucker. I think me and KKKC, shout out my Jamal Charlo brother, KKKC. I'm the Jamal.
He be going in on Jamal, bro.
He do, but he fuck with him though. He go in from a different place. From I know when he talk, I know he's really because he want to see him do some shit. Most people just be hating on him because it's the thing to do. But he do fuck with Jamal though. He fuck with Jamal. Because
Jamal can beat, man, with that jab, bro.
I didn't heard the way he talked about Jamal over the years to know that he fuck with him.
that he fuck with him. Yeah, the way, man, Jamal, bro, when he went to go try to fight Jaime and sent Canelo an offer, I'm like, hell yeah, bro, dang. Because I know he can, man, it's some dudes that y'all think can beat Jamal that really can't beat him, bro.
Fact, bro. Now, that's where I get upset, bro.
That's what I was telling Teach. Teach was talking about some guy on Hamid McGuire was calling out Charlo. I was like, he was supposed to have this fight. That was the reason why he was fighting that one.
Hamid Munguia called out Triple G for real. So maybe he can drop the link or something to where he called out Charlo, but that nigga was calling out Triple G after the fight.
The man ain't never called out Charlo. Never.
He had an opportunity to fight Charlo. He turned that shit down. Or his team, however you want to look at it.
Bro, Munguia turned down Charlo and Munguia the same week, bro. No cap, bro. I did a video on it, and my homie told me that. My one of my sources, bro. He turned them four down the same week, bro. The same, bro. When Canelo turned coat on Jamal, people forget that. When Canelo turned coat, remember Canelo got the niggas excited about the Jamal fight, and then he took Taylor for Bivol, right? They went straight to Munguia. Munguia said, "Yeah, I want to fight." His team said, "No, he ain't fighting." Pulled them out. You know what I mean? And then they said, "Okay, we'll fight the Dumbers then for a WBC mantle." Now the WBC trying to get Munguia the strap like they want him to do, right? Now I'm straight. I'd rather fight this dude. I don't know who the fuck he is. He fought this Saturday.
That man fought Jim Kelly, bro, and he been ordered to fight motherfucking Janabek now twice. This is like this is the second time he been ordered to fight Janabek, bro. That man don't want no smoke, dog.
No smoke. Shout out, man. Shout out to Zerto for at least when the smoke came, he answered the door. What's good, damn it, man? Appreciate you sliding through. At least Zerto answered the door when the smoke came. He ain't turned down 1,000 fucking shots. He actually turned down no shots, right? You know you bad when you make Zerto look like a fucking champ.
He making Zerto look like a savage out
here. You know what I'm saying? Because when you really think about it, he fought Joe Smith, right? He fought what's the dude? I'm butchering his name, but he good. Now start with a V. He kind of beat Joe Smith Jr. his last fight. Valasov. He fought Joe Smith.
Oh, Vlasov or Vlasov.
Yeah, Vlasov. He fought Vlasov. He fought not Murata. If somebody else like that, though, one of them dudes, one of them, Lazardo fought another former champion. You know what I mean? And then he fought Bivol and he lost. But Munguia, nigga fought.
Nobody, bro. Like that's one thing, bro. I can't even.
Kelly, Josh Kelly.
Yeah, he fought Jim Kelly, the quarterback. He fought the quarterback.
Might fought with Josh Kelly. Your best name? Wait, it's somebody that might be better than Kelly. It's one dude, bro. One dude. He went life and death with him though. Rosado, and Josh Kelly.
And Rosado is a perennial loser at the highest level, bro. No disrespect to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he loses at the highest level to everybody.
He Tiro got it. He modern day Tiro got it. That's
he just lasted longer than him, so he got more losses and shit. That's all. Right. He just fighting longer than him. Shit, that's a really comparison though, bro.
Sadim Ali, yep. Zerdo got Ali. You know what I mean? So, bro, Munguia got to come with it, bro.
Hey, look, low key, bro. Like
and Ali, all right, he ain't just all that though.
Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney, they exposing the game this year, bro. Like a lot of these dudes ain't got no excuses no more. Y'all letting Ryan Garcia go, like Ryan Garcia, bro. Bro, y'all letting him go get a big fight before y'all out. Come on, bro. He the last one I expected to get a big fight, like in a tough fight, and he stepped up and went and got that shit, bro. That shit crazy to me, bro.
How pissed off? He said, T, watch this show. I got you. How pissed off? He said, don't do that. Rosado got robbed against Jacob. Stop it, man. Rosado got the heart of a champion, chin like a fucking robot. But bro, come on, bro. He like Sean Porter without the championships, bro. Come on, bro. He just got lost.
Teach, man. I like Teach, man, because he pulls for everybody. We don't.
Yeah, Teach do. Yeah, Teach do pull for everybody. We don't. Facts.
Everybody.
Oh
yeah, makes it good.
Man. Not Munguia. He's a Munguia called that Charlo. They might didn't call it no goddamn Charlo. He just had a fight for Charlo. Literally, he just had a fight for Charlo. If you finish showing me something him calling that Charlo after he turned the fight down after Canelo, bro, I don't care, bro.
You remember after the fight, he said that in Spanish. That's what Munguia was saying. He was calling out Charlo and Triple G.
Yeah, he said that shit in Spanish. But my thing is, when
you calling out a man that you already had an offer.
You actually had a chance to fight him, you said no. I don't want to.
That's like right now, bro. That's like right now. Crawford start calling out Earl Spence right now, bro.
Right, bro. Like, come on, bro. Get out of here.
You just had an offer to fight him. All you had to do was sign. What are you talking about, bro?
You turn it down. You can't get credit for calling him out after you turned it down.
Right. What the hell? What we do that there, man? Don't work like that, man.
I'm only telling you what they translated, man.
I'm saying I'm pretty sure he called him out, but he didn't call him out before. But when it came time to do it, he didn't do it.
Damn, Cambosa might beat Ryan's ass, man. Goddamn.
I need Ryan to fight somebody that we know he gonna beat, bro. I don't need nobody to get that scalp before my guy, bro.
I know that's right.
Him to fight somebody that we know he gonna beat.
Right, I don't need him getting hurt before he fights. Say, I got hurt. I'm about to fight him.
Put him in there with Tevin Farmer or some shit, bro. Somebody that you know can't do shit with him.
Oh, the game in Mexico today. I was about to do it, but
roll his ass, man. That'd be an entertaining fight for us.
You know what? Put Ryan Garcia in there. Put Ryan Garcia in there with Miguel Burchell, bro.
It might work for him. He might get the punch on him. It might work for him.
Shit.
It might work for him, man. He might punch on him. You know, he might be able to move around and punch on him.
One fight, one of his last fights, that dude ran around that ring fucking the whole fucking night, man. Ryan was chasing his ass the whole night, man.
But that's a bad sign because see, that means he can't cut out the ring.
I know that's right. He followed him the whole night.
To him however he wants to. Tank can walk him around the ring and walk him into some shit, or if Tank get inside on him, walking him down. Ryan can't fight going backwards. He can't fight Tank inside. Yeah. Tank about the shit on.
I want that fight so bad, man. I want Tank to put him to sleep in front of all them people, man. That'd be so cool. Damn. I wonder what the little girls be telling them then on fucking IG. Damn, he go to sleep. Stage that I'm gonna take Munguia in deep waters. Watch.
Who said that?
You gonna get him, Tate? TD.
Munguia regular weed, bro. Regular weed, bro.
Yeah, ain't shit, man. Damn, that dude right there, boy.
He regular weed, bro.
He's more protected than Canelo, man. What the fuck, man?
Nah, for
Put him
real.
in touch.
I think he go catch Floyd Mayweather. He don't need to catch Floyd
No,
Mayweather.
I knew that was it was a fucked up ass fight, and it was a bullshit fight because KC didn't even call it. I was like, this nigga call every fight. He ain't calling this shit.
Bro,
I know
go
something.
check
Nobody-
D-Free. Go check my content, bro. I didn't even do a prediction video on that shit, bro.
Me either. Nobody called that shit.
Damn,
I normally call, bro. Hey y'all, I call Rodman versus Tommy Morrison's son, and I didn't call Munguia fight. Let that sink in.
Like
I was
like
hyped for Chad
it literally would have been
Johnson.
like
I
a
was
waste of y'all.
hyped for Chad Johnson fight, and I didn't call Munguia fight. Let this sink in.
KD said, I'm his next opponent. I'm doing road work now, man. Hell yeah.
I got TD taking Munguia 12 for sure. I'm betting the distance on that joint. Munguia, bro, he regular weed, bro. He like me. He like mid-grade.
You gonna knock his ass out, KD.
He ain't regular weed, he mid-grade weed. He like mid-grade.
He's about mid-grade.
Yeah, he mid-grade. He the middest of the mid. He the dude you call when your dude don't answer.
T said, I watched the fight. I don't think Munguia looked better at 154 than 160 so far.
I think Munguia has improved.
He looked the same to me.
I think he improved for sure. I just think now that I seen him improve against Rosado, right? I seen him take a sideways step and then a step backwards, bro. What the fuck is you doing, bro? Now that's what I'm mad at. It ain't that I hate Munguia. It's that, bro, I seen you improve against Rosado, right? And now you going backwards, my nigga. You made a lateral move the first time. Okay, cool. Okay, lateral move. You fought Rosado. You went to war. You take your little fight. You get what's the boy name? Alexander Demetrius. You get Demetrius something. You get like Demetrius in between, right? You stop him, and then you go somebody worse than fucking Demetrius. Ballard.
But his issue is too, y'all, or people aren't talking enough about with Jaime Munguia that I've noticed. He ain't really making 160.
Nope.
He's struggling to make weight already at 160. He ain't a big enough puncher. He damn sure ain't good enough to compete at the highest levels at 168. So he's running into weight issues. He's fainting at weigh-ins and shit. Now he's fighting catch weight fights and shit. Like if you go look at his shit, his last two fights been at catch weight, bro.
Damn.
He ain't even making 160 no more, bro.
Yeah, he go to 168. He gonna get his ass knocked out, boy.
Easy.
Shit.
Easy.
Having all this knockout power, man. This dude was supposed to have all kind of knockout power, man. What the
He
fuck?
ain't got no damn knockout power. I told about that shit.
He fighting guys that don't belong in the ring with him, bro.
That's what I used to hear about before I knew what he was about, man. That's all I used to hear about Munguia, man. That
He a mid-grade nigga. He a mid-grade nigga fighting regular niggas.
That's so much ain't shit.
If a nigga got knockout power and they in a fight with somebody that's a less caliber than they are, there's no way they should be going 12 rounds.
Nope, that's for damn sure, man. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I looked on his resume. Like I said, I only recognize one fucking name. Well, I mean, his last couple of fights, he had a couple of people, you know, that I recognize. But before that, it was only that fucking Liam Smith or whatever that Liam dude was. That's the only motherfucker I see that fucking. That's the only motherfucker on his resume out of all them 40 fights, man. Son of a bitch.
Like I said, that might not be the Liam.
Yeah, that wasn't shit. Yeah.
There's a bunch of Liams in boxing. You might be thinking of somebody else and just think that is him.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he got a bunch of them, so I don't know who it was.
He beat the good Liam. He beat the good Liam Smith. He beat the good one, the one that lost to Canelo too.
Did he? He beat him? Damn.
The good one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he beat him. Yeah.
I do think Munguia looked better at 154 CG so far. I think he's stronger at 60. I'm most definitely think he's between the Rock and the Hall place as far as his ability, his weight right now though. Cause he might be more comfortable at 168, but he don't box good enough to be fighting up there like that.
Man, you put him in there with any bro.
He
His
better
lack
not
of
get in
defense.
there with fucking Charlo. He better not.
With his lack of
He
defense,
need to.
he fooled, bro. I don't even think he can beat
Or
somebody
Douglas.
like he can't even beat Ronald Ellis up at
Oh,
160.
what's good, y'all?
I think Triple G would knock his ass
Y'all
out.
hold me down, y'all. So I run just. You finna go to work? You got work day, yo? I don't know why I'm acting like y'all can't do it.
Monday, yeah, he works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, huh? Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I think that's when he works.
Who that?
Yeah, Triple G's old ass would knock Munguia's ass out, man. Shit.
Yeah, I
That
think
motherfucker went 12 rounds with Canelo's ass, man, for 3 times, man. That Munguia damn sure ain't gonna fuck him up. Four times, huh? No, 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
I took my points off.
I see Steve Curry and Draymond Green fucking sitting out tonight.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, they had a doubleheader. I mean, a game yesterday and a game today, so they're sitting out the second half of that fucking 2-game spurt. Yeah, motherfuckers.
I hope motherfucking Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole don't.
Damn. Yeah, it's fucked up, yo. That's
I
why
don't
that
know.
was.
You need to check and see because I didn't know they were sitting out either till I just got home a minute ago, and that's the first thing I checked was the basketball lineup, and bam, they were both had zeros, man. They didn't get hurt. They were just sitting them out.
You can't change them?
I ain't got nobody to put in there
Oh, shit.
already. Fucking what's his name? Come back yesterday, and he's off today, man. He's not even playing today. Well, they don't play today. The team don't.
What's good, Joseph Wiggins? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad you can make it pimp. WBA approved Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence, so their fight has been approved to go next. Man,
Hell yeah, boy.
looking like shit. Looking like Earl and Keith, the next fight. Earl, I ain't seen it just yet. But
He said, I think he can hang at 168, man. He said Oscar will match him well to make him look like a killer.
Shit,
That
that
man
ain't me.
gonna go-
To match him with.
that man, he gonna go to 168 and duck is what you're telling me, Teach. I don't want that.
That's what I'm hearing.
He could actually compete. Joseph, can you do your boy a favor? Can you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel? Greatly appreciate you. That means he got a better chance at winning at 160. Now, I don't think he beat Charlo or Dummies, right? But I think he got a better chance at fighting them than he do some of them other guys. I mean, I think he got a better chance at 160 than he do fighting them guys at 168. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm getting ready to start my, my chill session, NBA stream. Y'all know I gotta watch the football games. I got to watch the basketball games. It's tradition. Like, and my spirit ain't gonna be right. What's good, 88? So if y'all want to slide over, to the the Monday night football watch game.
Yeah, what's up?
NBA night, you know what I mean? Y'all slide over to the, glorified chill session. Really appreciate y'all coming through the boxing talk. You know what I mean? I felt like I ain't had a boxing conversation with y'all in a minute, so I said, you know what, fuck it, let's go on. Get to it. We get to it. But appreciate y'all folks sliding through this thing. Skin the Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. This how we rocking. And I'm out. Well, so y'all catch me at the chill station. I'm most definitely about to run to the store, y'all, as soon as that thing start.